everybody. Welcome to another episode of What a Hell of a Way to Die. Maybe a bonus, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how we want to release things. It's me, Francis, and I have with me Shocks on a Thursday night. And we're here. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk some news. We were gonna talk some Deadwood, but I think we're gonna talk news because Joe is not awake at 5:30 in the morning on a Friday. What the fuck, Joe? Why wouldn't you wake up at 5:30 in the morning to be on a podcast with me?
It's almost like he doesn't appreciate, as Irish Tom recently called it, the soft, dulcet tones of my voice.
Exactly. The just like getting a fucking donut shoved right in your ear. That's what we got here. I work with a guy with a real thick Boston accent too, but his voice is higher. So he's like up an octave. So imagine
he's got that like nasally, like kind of Kennedy thing going on. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, Francis." I was like, Jesus, what's up, man? I love him. I love him. He's one of my favorite people. I love him to death. Shout out to you, Joe, if you're listening. I'm sure he's not. So Carrie, we've got some happenings that have been happening in the news. Just because this is going to be a news-ish episode, I will say that we're recording. It is currently 8:40 p.m. Central Standard Time on the 13th of April. 2023. So anything that happens after this, we're not responsible for it. I don't really think we're responsible for the shit beforehand, but at least we're going to be talking about it. And first off, God damn it, Carrie, we have once again classified shit getting leaked out onto servers. This time a Discord server. This one seems kind of bigger though, because like in the past, it seemed like gamers were trying to win arguments on Warhammer, or I'm sorry, on
World of Tanks or whatever the fuck.
World of Tanks. There it is. Yeah, so they're trying to win. They're trying to win arguments there, and they're doing it by posting top secret information. And like, I get it, that stuff's like secret information, but also it's tank stuff. It's only a real nerd's going to really understand what's going on there. I don't feel like there is a huge like kind of breach of security there.
Or like some of it is like technically secret, but like, is it really?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, like, or
the Russians aren't like, oh my god, they have Abrams tanks, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's not a lot of like real. And like, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Someone's going to yell at us.
Fuck that. Don't correct us if we're wrong.
Yeah. In fact, in fact, actually,
you know what you're getting with this podcast.
Bash yourself in the head until we're correct. But yeah, I don't know.
What you do is open up a DM to me and then throw your fucking phone out the window.
Yeah, I don't know. This seems like this. So there were doings afoot down at Joint Base Cape Cod today because airman dumb shit, what was his name, Jack Texeria, decided that it was going to be like a really smart idea to post a lot, like to get into an argument with a bunch of Fortran trolls, and then decide that the way that he was going to win the argument was to start typing a bunch of classified information into and
pictures. Like, he had pictures too.
And then started taking pictures of like classified, because he works apparently at the intelligence wing down at Joint Base Cape Cod. And so like over the course of months, apparently in private messaging groups, he was just like posting like pictures he was taking of these like sensitive documents. I want to say, and correct me if they're like essentially about like American troops being like special forces being on the ground in like Ukraine and shit like that.
I think mostly British, but yes, that there are Western troops on the ground doing. Like, and that's the thing. It's the sinking of the Lusitania kind of thing, right? It's like, no, we don't have anybody there. No, that thing's not full of bullets, and then we find out it was full of bullets. It's like one of those things. Like I'm sure that that's happening, but now we know, which kind of makes it kind of an act of war. I think I'm not sure on the legalities of it. You're the lawyer. I'm not sure how much international war law you picked up while you were doing labor.
I mean, I feel like there is no, let's be honest, there is no fucking international law. For more on that, listen to like every time that Joe talks about like all the shit that Armenia's ever gone through, or just like Lions in general. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like it's kind of, it definitely would be an and it's like something that everyone probably knew. Like, I'm sure as bad as like Russian intelligence has been, like, I'm sure that they had some idea that there was like, even if it was just like Vietnam, like trainer status, like, folks wandering around fucking Ukraine here, there, or somewhere. But yeah, I mean, it's just like it's just amazing to me. Like I just can't, you know, both you and I have gone through, various different times. We've logged off. It's like, I'm not having a lot of fun. I'm getting real angry online. I don't want to I don't want to live that way. I want to nothing is that important and like whatever. And like apparently my dude got so angry online that he was just like straight up just like posting extremely sensitive documents like left, right, and center everywhere he could, like through like I mean, they ended up on Discord. I think they traveled to 4chan. I want to say there were some other messaging apps involved.
And there for the grace of God go I, though, to be honest, because there have been times I've been in some fucking internet arguments that like I can't 100% say that I wouldn't post a classified document if it would give me a leg up in an argument about something, especially about something really fucking stupid. Like I need to be in the dumbest like leaking World of Tanks stuff in an argument about tanks. That's the kind of level of petty I have there. But let's not also forget that these guys are also horrible fucking racist pieces of shit too, who apparently the guy who was arrested had a video of himself saying a bunch of like racist and anti-Semitic stuff and then shooting a gun off, which making all the rest of the gun owners look real fucking great there, guy. Really ruining it for us. But I will say that does justify this picture that I'm seeing of his arrest, where like this is a guy who just posted some dumb shit online, and they still sent like a full SWAT team with fucking snipers and MRAP and all that shit to come get this kid. So
yeah, I mean, it's also, I know, like in my hometown, I mean, apparently this guy is like from, was it North Dighton, which is this like nowhere town, like kind of on the South Coast, so kind of like directly east of Rhode Island before you hit the Cape. There's not a lot around there, I mean, all things considered. And I just get the sense, I know in my hometown on the North Shore, they have like their special, like, Avengers Assemble tactical group that they get all the, I forget exactly the name of it, but it's all, all the cops get together, throw in all the various military equipment that they've been given by DOD and DHS over the last few years. And then they like, go like, bust open a door in, some like rural community because they, I don't know, got a like noise complaint. And so similar, I feel like this is just like, I don't know. Well, we got
I don't think they have. The thing is, they don't have an alternative. There is no.
Yeah.
What if we just send like two dudes over and say, "What the fuck, dude? Come with us." Because like more than likely, that's what you're gonna be dealing with. But yeah, America, like, well, I'm gonna say it doesn't have it, but it does. Like, if you're a billionaire who's about to get arrested, they're not gonna send a SWAT team.
Yeah.
But if you're any of the rest of us, the default is like we need to go arrest a guy. We don't know what the situation is going to be like. Everybody go point a gun at him.
Well, yeah, I mean, it ends up being like was it the last scene of the Blues Brothers where they right after they pay the taxes, and then you have like like 47 different M16s aimed directly at their heads, like in the tax office. Because I feel like that's part of it too. Is like all these guys need to justify their funding, and everyone needs to and also everyone wants to be included. So like
it's not fun to get the toys if you can't take them out to play sometimes.
Yeah, and like and you don't want to be like the one local police force that doesn't like send like three guys over with like the three good sets of body armor.
Right. All it's going to take is for one guy to go crazy and barricade himself. So I guess you got to bring all the, just keep those guys in reserve. Send a couple uniforms over, and then if it gets hairy, you can drive your MRAP up, I suppose. Like, because to be fair, also at this point, anytime you're gonna arrest like a dumb white kid who did some treason, there's probably a chance he's gonna come out shooting. So
yeah, I mean, it is funny, like reading, like we're really hitting all the tropes on this one too, because you get like, oh yeah, he was a. My favorite was like, oh yeah, what is it? I just remember him being really interested in joining the Army of the National Guard. He was always into that stuff and into like the history of war and weapons. And all I could think about is, oh yeah, I wonder what parts of the history of war and weapons he was into. I wonder when it says he was a huge history buff, especially when it came to wars. I was like, interesting. I wonder
war.
I wonder what wars and perhaps what side did he read about the most? And because maybe it was innocuous, or maybe much like
yeah, Maybe he's really into the Spanish-American War. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I'm going to take an educated guess though and say it was
Yeah.
not the Spanish-American War.
Yeah, probably he probably didn't have like a lot of strong feelings about the British like burning down the White House in the War of 1812.
Right.
I feel like it was probably slightly different.
Though to be fair, if you educated a person like this on those wars, he'd find like a racist side to be on.
Yeah, I mean that's just it's one of those things.
Because
like,
to be fair, any war that America is involved in, there's usually a whole lot of racism involved in it too.
right. Well, I mean, he was apparently arrested wearing like red basketball shorts and like a camo T-shirt. And I bet if you just zooming in on his camo T-shirt, you find out exactly what producer of like fake Rhodesian camo he bought it from.
No, it looks like he's wearing his uniform undershirt.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what it looks like. It's just the brown shirt. Because the Air Force wears the same uniform as the Army now, so they have the nice brown T-shirts.
Everyone kind of does, right? I mean, because
the Marines still do their own thing, and the Navy has like 90 different uniforms, depending on where you are and what you're doing. Like they have their digital camis, but they're like blue.
I don't think they wear those anymore.
They don't? Good.
No,
fucking stupid.
They got because I know that they introduced new Coast Guard uniforms recently too, and which is really funny because like when the Coast Guard really wants to be included, but like they don't have the need for a lot of like they have like all the Velcro patches and whatever else, and so I was like looking at like what the new uniforms look like, and it's like it's cool that you can like Velcro patches to your shoulders and shit, and that would be great if we had like unit emblems that we wore, but we don't. So like everyone is just going to have to like buy this uniform. They're
going to have to buy this uniform. They're going to have to go to hellofawaytodie.com/patches and find themselves a quality Velcro patch to slap up there. And hopefully your commanding officer won't notice.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like, just sew the fucking patch. Like, if you're going to make everyone have like an American flag on one side of the uniform, why don't you just sew the fucking patch on? Why are we like Velcroing them?
You know why? Because I was in the Army during our sewing on phase, and nobody could fucking do it right. And it's sewing. Like, who knows how to sew? Like, you would always have to take it to the on post tailor. They would always sew your shit on. They always knew how to do it right, but like I was a reservist and my closest military base was like, it's Scott Air Force Base, which is a 50 minute drive. I don't need all that to sew that stuff on. So the Velcro is there for dumbasses like me who do a really terrible stitch. And also when we put it on crooked, the sergeant can come by and rip it off and put it on you correctly. So I don't know why you guys have it other than everybody else has it. So you're just it's like you guys are getting the same uniforms as everybody else, is dyed differently. Like
I mean, that's essentially what it is.
The Duff light thing, it all just comes out of it's all just uniforms coming out and going into different vats of dye.
Yeah, it's just like, we all want to be included. And so like, because I think the Navy is wearing a similar sort of them now. They gave up like the blueberry camo ones. And I know they gave up the blueberry camo ones because the rain gear from that uniform is still in use at Coast Guard boot camp. They just like shipped it all to Cape May.
Yeah, and I know that the Navy, when they're in combat roles, like if they're medics or when they're overseas, they just wear Marine camis. They wear they wear the digis that Marines. I'm pretty sure the Marines are still on digital. I don't know. I haven't looked at a Marine in a while.
I think they have like, I don't know. All y'all are always getting new uniforms. So I don't know.
It's just the Marine, and the problem is that like as much as we shit on the Marines have always had like the best uniforms. Like the Blues look fucking better than everybody else's dress uniform, and their camouflage. Like the Army got that god awful UCP, and then the Marines are like, we're like digital camo that looks dumb, and it's like no, it makes sense. And we have the green ones for forest, we have the brown ones for desert, and I'm sure we can have white ones for snow if we need to. And then the Army said, cool, we're going to take all of that and throw the whole concept of camouflage out the window and make it look like we're all in bags of gravel, basically. And top it all off, we're beginning to make them very uncomfortable. The upside, though, was that we never had to iron them ever again. Always had to iron the old uniforms.
Well, and you didn't have to polish your boots anymore either, because you because you got in, I think, when they still had leather boots, right?
Oh yeah, I still have a pair downstairs.
I
don't Actually, I don't know if I still have my old black ones. I have plenty of brown boots. It's like the army boots are like one of the hardest things for me to get rid of, just because they're boots. They're expensive. On the occasion that I need a boot, there I have some downstairs.
I still have like my one pair of Coast Guard ODU boots that I didn't entirely trash. And I just keep them around because yeah, I mean they're pretty much like waterproof and safety towed, and they're like beat to hell, so that way like if I need to go do something like actual physical labor or something, I don't have to like worry about like fucking up like my nice pair of Chippewas or something. I can just drag those across the pavement and not think twice about it.
Yeah, I really need to. I need to be better about wearing my boots when I'm outside doing work on stuff.
Not Well, you don't make safety toe Crocs yet?
I haven't gotten to the point where I wear Crocs away from the house. I wear them in the house during the winter. Now that it's like spring and it's warm, I never have to wear the Crocs again until October rolls around. But my wife has embraced Croc life, so I don't know, man. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I bought a couple pairs of Adidas slides last year, and that's now my like that was what that was just to like go on vacation with. But then then we had like a 3 month heat wave, and that just became what I wore all the time. And so it was fucking 90 degrees here today, and I was absolutely it was like sweating, and I was like, wait a minute, why am I like wearing jeans and sneakers? And I put on shorts and slides because I was like, I'm not dealing with any of this shit.
Yeah, we're still in that weather where you need pants in the morning, but shorts by about noon. Um,
Yeah.
which is like I'm up every morning early because I got to walk the dog at 7 a.m. So I always get that, and then like by the time the afternoon rolls around, I should really keep shorts in my podcast, so I just don't even have to leave. Don't even go inside to change. Just leave all my stink in here.
just just who the fuck was it who Tobin whatever it was, the guy who like got up and was just like showed his whole fucking dick, the New York Times or whatever it was. That's it's gonna be you while you're doing IT support in the pod shack.
Absolutely. I do make sure that all of my cameras are covered in the pod shack.
Do you like just like actually just like put tape over them, or
Well, one of my work ones have like a little slide built into it,
okay.
and then and then my regular laptop, I just keep it closed. I keep them all closed, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm generally like, and I mean, I don't like when my company went to working from home. They were for a while. They were like really big on, when we do Teams meetings, we all turn our cameras on and we all look at each other, and that fucking went away real quick because everybody's just like, I'm at home, and you're lucky I have pants on, so don't fucking look at me. I
Yeah.
was I was really happy to embrace the work from home lifestyle. Well, I mean, I had already been working from home, and then everybody else started working from home. I had to coach people through it. If people would call and just like, "Hey, so when's the last time you took a shower? Like, it's been a week. You need to go take a shower and put on pants. All right, I fixed your computer. I'm gonna reboot it. You're gonna go shower and put on pants. All right, you need to make sure that you're doing this."
Yeah, I mean, it definitely like I mean, my job has recently gone back to 1 day a week in the office, and I've definitely noticed myself, just like I've been on a spate of like not having a lot of like my hearings and like other things called off, and as a result, there'll be like like a week at a time where I'm mostly just like talking to my dog, and it's I was like. There's been a few times I've been like, I'm gonna go to the bar on a Wednesday night, not to like tie one on really, but just to go around and be around people and not be feral.
Yeah, yeah. I worry about it sometimes for myself, but I'm okay. I go out and I still see people, and I know people in the neighborhood and everything. So uh, but for the most part, just when I go out into the real world, I have to meet people outside of my bubble, and like I like all the people that are in my bubble, not just in real life, but also online. The people that I converse with on a regular basis we're all like kind of a certain higher intelligence and certain political persuasion and things like that. We have a lot of things in common, and then you go out to the real world and you have to deal with real people. Ah,
Yeah.
I want to go back to the shack. So Carrie, when Jack was arrested, when Jack Texi
Texeria.
Texeria. Texeria was arrested. There was a picture, an overhead picture taken of him reading a book, waiting for the guys to show up. So, my question for you, Carrie, what book would you read if you're about to get arrested for doing espionage because you wanted to win an online argument?
I don't know. See, I feel like that would almost be more of like a, watch something on like, watch a movie sort of situation.
Right. No, I probably played Candy Crush waiting for him to show
Yeah,
up.
or like, like maybe like, like fire up the fucking Xbox and like play a little Forza before like you end up at a federal facility for like the next like 40 years.
Yeah, you end up getting the fucking SWAT team come in because you're playing Call of Duty and you left the volume up too loud.
Just basically, I did just rewatch the first John Wick movie, and there's like that scene like 2/3 of the way through where he murders like the Russian gangster's son, and like while he's like waiting there in the son is like waiting there in the safe house, his buddy is like playing Call of Duty with the volume up. And he's like, he's so fucking nervous, and you just like you turn that shit fucking down, like, um, yeah, I don't
It's
know.
fun. PTSD. It's fun.
Because I feel like you're gonna have a lot of time to read ahead of you in the future, more likely than not.
Well,
You might
I don't know. Don't they not let you? They don't really let you have books anymore in the.
oh, and like in the Supermax or what?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I'm curious as to where this guy ends up because like a Supermax doesn't make really any sense for him because he's a dumbass that posted some shit online that he shouldn't have. Do you really like? Like I understand they put the Boston bomber in solitary confinement. That's he blew some stuff up. I understand the thinking behind that. I'm very curious as to what the punishment is going to be for like somebody just being a massive dumbass online.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like didn't like Aldrich James and shit. Didn't they all get like locked up in like the Supermax? Like I feel like if you do some light treason, you still end up in like the
Yeah, I guess
20.
Chelsea Manning did end up in some pretty bad jail situation, prison situations and stuff
Yeah,
too. So
yeah.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
if you do some light treason, like I feel like the government is you still end up in a place where you're the light in your cell is on 23 hours a day, and like you're not allowed to like talk to another human being more than 10 minutes a month.
yeah, you're not allowed to have pants, like things like that. And to be fair, this guy really put a shiner on America's face anyway. With that, like not even on purpose. He's just like posted some really embarrassing shit. Like somebody. This is like the equivalent of your ex girlfriend posting all the bullshit you texted her at 3 o'clock in the morning when you were drunk. Just like look at this fucking dumbass, and all her Instagram friends laugh at you. Except that it involves a war in Asia and America shit talking that war in Asia. So
Yeah, I mean, it's also I think everyone right now is because I don't know if you've seen the picture of the dude, like his like I mean, and like not that everyone looks young when you have your enlistment picture because he's only been in since 2019.
right, he's 20. He's early 20s, 21, 22, something.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So I mean, he probably joined right when he was 18 or 17 or whatever else, and so he looks like a fucking child. And like everyone is trying to figure out like how he got this information, because it's all like, yeah, maybe he, like essentially like who didn't do what they always tell you to do and lock their work terminal whenever they walked away. And so this kid just like walked up to it because everyone seems pretty much on board with the idea that there's no way, even at the unit that he was at, that he should have had access to like information quite at this level.
Look, there's a lot. See, more than likely, like information like this, and I don't know how they're doing it in the Air Force, but in the Army, we have the secure information facility or the SCIF.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to have. I don't know if that's what actually SCIF stands for, but that's what it does. But this, you're not allowed to have like your phone. This dude took like pictures of computers, so there was a lot of fuck ups that happened here that allowed this to happen.
I don't think no, I think it was different because I think he actually had printouts from there
Oh
that he
shit!
brought
Did he?
home and then took a picture of.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Um,
Jesus.
which is like somehow both better and worse.
Yeah,
at the same time.
he removed things from the skiff, and I know that like just taking a picture and posting it is also removing it, but like stealing physical stuff for some reason makes it does make it seem
Oh
kind of
yeah.
worse.
Oh yeah. So looking right now at everyone at uh the ADX Florence who's like on espionage. So there's uh Nosher Guadia, who's a former DoD engineer and one of the designers of the B-2 stealth bomber, who used classified information to assist China in producing cruise missiles with stealth technology. So he's serving a 32-year sentence.
Well, yeah,
And
you know what?
and
Fuck you. Don't do that.
and his is the second least. The least is Harold Nicholson, who is serving a 23-year sentence plus 8 years, and is scheduled for release this November. So I don't know. Maybe this kid will get his cell. Who was the highest ranking CIA officer to be convicted of espionage after passing classified information to Russia from 94 to 96. And then the other two is Robert Hansen, who's the FBI agent who was passing stuff to Russia back in like 2002, and then Walter Myers, and they're both. Hansen is serving 15 consecutive life sentences, so he's not
He's
getting out
not
anytime
he's
soon.
not going anywhere
But
anytime soon.
does I mean, he might get out at some point, but I feel like this is probably like at least like a 20 to 30 year crime.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, don't do this shit. Don't don't we online doesn't matter, guys. Like the internet truly does not matter. Take it from your dad. If you're not having fun, you need to log off, and you need to not ever post shit in your Discord, like classified information. And you know what? This guy fucking this means is he's ruined it for everybody else because now the government's going to be looking even harder at Discords and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so they're
and
gonna they're gonna steal all of the weird catgirl stuff that's in our Discord.
well, I
The
think
FBI, the FBI is just stealing all the furry art. They're gonna have the biggest repository of furry art ever.
you imagine like joining the FBI and you think you're going to save the world, you end up on the furry art desk. Like you're the guy responsible for digesting all of the furry art.
Yeah, and here's the problem: there's a lot of Nazi furry art out there, so we need somebody to be watching it. So thank you, Agent Smith, for the things
doing your bullets for the year. Like
yeah.
I've reviewed 10,167 pieces of alt-right furry art. Over the course of the last 12 months. Of those, 364 pieces have led to ongoing criminal investigations. Oh fuck! I mean,
Like the only way that you can keep yourself sane is to have like a fun side job that is, I don't know, I mean, I think if you're brain poisoned that you have to look at alt right furry porn as your job, that probably your side gig would just be updating Encyclopedia Dramatica entries or something like that. Just like go full in as like a FBI poster. Like there's a lot of like very obvious FBI honeypots out there. It's like I'm in enough groups where people are like, oh, look at somebody who's just like, hey, do you want to buy a silencer? Like, okay, guy on Twitter, sure, let me buy a silencer from you over the internet using PayPal. Sure,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
obvious, very obvious
oh.
stuff like that. But there's got to be some really insidious ones that are just like like an FBI agent has probably posted a pig pooping on its own balls, but like in an official capacity. A way of like, I have to post this, sir. It's how I blend in.
Yeah, just getting official sign off from your bosses to unleash your full like repository of memes is a way of is a way of gaining credibility with an organization.
Yeah, instead of like getting into biker gangs and having to do heroin, you have to go and like leak things in the War Thunder forums and shit, or you've got to give away some. You got to give a little something, sir. And I've got to give them some unseen, so far unreleased furry porn if I want to be in here. They gotta keep a lockdown on some furry porn so they can dole it out as bribes across the Discord servers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. In general, too, like I don't know. Don't like. I mean, as we've seen recently with the spate of like, Bitcoin bros losing their fucking shirt and like, everyone like, inevitably ending up with a repository of emails that was like who was it? It was like Binance recently where some of their emails got released and it was I think it was them where
Yeah.
it was like, hey,
Subject crimes.
yeah, it was like subject,
Body. How did you guys enjoy doing the crimes we did yesterday?
yeah, or like like,
Put it all in
hey,
the crimes folder, please.
just so you know, like if a customer's account gets like investigated by the feds, we can't tell them to like run to a non-extraditable country. However, you can tell them that they probably should stop using it, or like their account is burned and they have to create a new one. Like, I don't know, man, just like, have you never watched like, I don't know, a fucking mafia movie? Like, do you not like,
Right. Do you want it's like watching Wolf of Wall Street. Like I love finance dude that are really into Wolf of Wall Street. I'm like, did you finish the movie though? Did you
yeah,
finish it where he lost everything and he was a dude at a fucking conference trying to teach dudes how to sell pens and nobody likes him? Did you not get to that part? And
yeah.
all it is the fun Quaaludes parts.
Yeah, I mean, it's like all of that, and it's also just like, I don't know, like before you launch like a criminal conspiracy, like, I don't know, just watch Casino. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and think about the fact that that was like, the government doing intercepts, like dramatization of the government doing intercepts like fucking 40 years ago at this point. Like maybe, maybe go down the hall and have that. I mean, like, fuck. It's just like, I just can't imagine. Like, I can't like, oh, don't worry, I'll just post this to my Discord server. No one will ever possibly like search that. Like, and and I guess on that note, not trying to give advice, not giving advice about crimes. None of this is binding legal advice, but please, for the sake of God, do not post anything to our Discord server that could end up as part of a superseding indictment.
Right. We only allow leftist furry art, not alt-right furry art.
Yeah,
And if it's pornographic, we have a place for that, but just keep it off the main feed. Thank you.
yeah, and just as a whole, like, please do not, the first rule of, subscribing to the Patreon is, don't
Don't be fucking weird in the Discord, man.
yeah, don't be weird in the Discord. And the second rule is don't be weird in the
Which
Discord.
is a very low fucking bar with the Discord. Let's be honest.
And it's like
We're all fucking weird, but don't be that guy.
yeah, don't be, FBI SWAT team, including like, the North Dighton, harbor master in his full tack outfit showing up to your door weird. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. Instead, we're gonna get the furry police that are gonna show up at our doors. So Carrie, also let's talk. I don't know if you and Tom are going to talk about this, but Joe Biden went home.
Oh
Joe
yeah,
Biden,
no, Irish Joe out here, which also experienced its own security leak. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't. What happened there?
Where they just like found the detail, like someone like supposedly like found the details of like Joe Biden's entire like security detail, like print it out some, which also like, where do these motherfuckers find a printer? I had to print something out last week. I had to go to a fucking Staples. I don't own a fucking printer.
They travel with them, man.
Yeah, like
they travel. When you get a big enough organization, when you travel with like a whole office. Like I'm doing work travel, and part of what I'm doing is setting up an office at the conference that we're doing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just like, it's just funny because it's like I don't know. But anyway, regardless,
it is very funny that somebody would like. It makes sense. Like, oh, I need to print this out so I can reference it. But just to leave it laying around like it's a fucking set list after the show or something.
Yeah. So local police documents detailing security protocols for Biden's visit to Ireland were discovered on a street in Belfast. Famously, like a place where you just like want to leave shit around.
Belfast is a great place to leave the comings and goings of the American president, I'm sure.
Yeah, local man found the security documents Wednesday after Belfast police apparently lost them. Detailed the names of Belfast police officers and locations, but not include any Secret Service information.
So it was just the local cops. That's fine. We don't care about the local nationals. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean,
like, I guess it's Belfast. So they're technically British, so I guess we have to care about them.
Well, I mean, it's the MI5 and MI6 used to be a lot better about communicating with the UDF, but apparently they've gotten a little sloppy over time. But no, Irish Joe went home, had just like a litany of gaffes. I think he like referred to like made some like come out ye black and tans reference, I think.
No, he was trying to talk about how his team beat the pants off of the
Oh,
All Blacks,
the
which
All
is
Blacks. Yeah.
the New Zealand All Black rugby team, and he said the Black and Tans, which God fucking bless him. He even is just like, I'm home. I feel in a better life in where we're all happier. Joe Biden is just an aging sheep farmer in Ireland, just and everybody loves him. He's just it's good
Yeah.
old Joe out there to good old Biden. He's just out there and he's the happiest man in the world drinking a Guinness.
Or not even like a sheep farmer anymore. Like he's just, like he did have a sheep farm, but he like gradually sold it off over time to like pay for his bar tab. And like he's just kind of gotten to a point where he's just like living in an apartment above the pub and just comes down and he's just like the local character.
Yeah, he just comes down and just chain smokes the entire time. Still, but he's like 90 years old. Nobody knows how he's still alive.
Yeah, like the minute that he stops like having like 3.5 whiskeys for breakfast every day is the minute that he's just gonna absolutely fucking croak.
It
Um,
I'm well, it's good. I guess to also just because Ireland is a land of magic and wonder. The everybody cheered when the Irish president's big fluffy dog came out and hung out too. Truly, just like I know that Ireland's got its problems. But like when you look at like the absolute clown shoes that our government is, and then for their president to be like, "Hi, I homework's bad, and look at my dog." Fucking, I love
yeah,
it, man.
I mean to be honest, I feel like I mean, there was one of the things I remember talking about in one of my like undergrad classes back in the day is like it probably says something that like despite like how powerful of a country the United States is, that no one really copied our system of government. And like, and part of that is just imperialism, like the British installed British systems wherever they had colonies, the French installed French systems where they have colonies, whatever. But like even of other nations that have changed or adopted other political systems or like whatever, like no one's ever really adopted ours. And probably because like, as we've seen over the course of like the last 10 years in particular, not great in many respects, not highly functional, doesn't really work out well under any sort of stress.
It turns out when you let a bunch of kids and a bunch of drunks in the 1700s invent governments, maybe you should leave yourself open to say, look, we're going to do this for like 20 years, and then we're going to try to maybe we do something different.
Maybe like the whole like system of federalism and delegation should have had like like a revisiting after like the first 10. I mean, it did, I suppose, in the 1860s, but I mean that's a separate search. But like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just. And which all of which is to say that I think I think we should have a president that's basically just like Irish Joe just wandering around, and we don't actually let him have the button. We don't actually let him conduct policy in any like we don't let him pretend that he's conducting policy. Like we don't let all of the staffers around him conduct policy while like shoving Joe out under like up on a bright shiny light. Just give him big dog. Let him like I mean, even like Trump didn't really like actually want, I think, the power of the office all that much. Like, he just like he just wanted to have like a parade every now and again.
Right. If we just had a Donald Trump day in fucking New York, that dude would have been perfectly fine with it and never tried to do anything else. Like just have a parade for Donald Trump. It'll if because we're not going to arrest him, obviously. We're not going to actually do anything useful. So if we can't bring him down, we may as well just like do whatever it takes to get him to sit in a corner and be quiet.
Yeah.
Give the kid the phone so they can watch Bubble Guppies and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like you just make him you don't even have to. I don't think you would even have to have made him like a parade of his own. You could just make him like the Grand Master of like the Columbus Day parade or like the Thanksgiving Day, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade, and he would be there and he'd be able to talk about how all these balloons were the you've never seen balloons like these before. They're just great balloons.
The beautiful balloons.
The beautiful balloons. Yeah.
We got the best air. Some people said that we should go get some cheaper air.
Yeah,
we got the best air to put in, so they fly very high. They look very beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, is the man like a cruel nitwit? Yeah, no, 100%. However, is he also, as a result, able to be distracted by large shiny things on a fairly easy? Yeah, no. So I mean, I think you could probably have done that, and I think that's what we should do in America. Like,
right? Like, I understand that the argument before he becomes president of like you should just have a Donald, let Donald Trump be in charge of like some things that don't matter, but make him feel really important. And they'd be like, But I mean, why would we do that? He seems like an idiot. I'm like, yeah, well, here's the problem: idiots start getting themselves in charge. Uh, don't get too
Yeah,
attached to Twitter in 2023, buddy.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just one of those things. Like I think we just need to recognize that more like leaders of countries should just be figureheads because like none, most of them don't actually do anything anyway, and like pretty much everything like since the introduction of the administrative state, everything is just done by like various different staffers with their own ideologies.
Exactly. And I don't care like what who you want to vote for if you're in the Department of Agriculture, as long as you're making sure that my agriculture is good to go and I'm not going to starve, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, so all of this is to say too, though, that here's hoping for Irish Joe. I mean, I think we're all looking forward to the Irish reunification in 2024. I think it's all proceeding, roughly according to plan. We've destabilized the UK government about as much as we possibly can. I think we could all agree that Keir Starmer is not going to be able to,
But
really.
Biden's going to put here's the thing: Biden's going to put Irish reunification in his bid for 2024, and that's how
Ah,
he's going to
man,
win.
that would
He's
be
going to lock in the Irish vote.
that would fucking rule. Just like, I mean, it's also funny because over with Nate and all the trash future guys. I mean, they talk about English columnists all the time and like whatever, but seeing them talk about vaguely American related things is always like particularly illuminating and seeing how fucking nuts they are, and in particular here, like it's like they just lose their fucking mind over Joe Biden in a way that's just like it's just absolutely and it's that the fucking cringe Mad Men meme of like I don't think about you at all, and they get so fucking pissed off about every single thing Joe Biden does, and then it's just like, and then he's just like, has already forgot about it, doesn't remember that he's in Northern Ireland, like is just like really excited to like maybe get his hands on a glass of Guinness and like do an Obama moment, but like that's about it. And it's just it's just amazing to watch them just like they because all these gaffes, every gaff they ever has, they get so fucking heated about them. Like I can't believe that they'd ruin the special relationship and whatever else. And it's like,
Oh, the how dare he not go to the coronation
yeah,
of the
yeah,
King of England? Like we we fought a war, so we didn't have to give a shit what they did, man. Like where's your spirit of 1776 when you're sitting here crying about not going to see? It's just like everybody who's just like, why doesn't Zelensky show up in a suit? Fuck off. Who cares?
yeah, like honestly, who gives a shit? Yeah, I don't know. It's just very like it's just very funny watching like just watching the cavalcade of it. And and particularly like after like the only thing that the special relationship between the UK and the US has achieved in the last 20 years was the invasion of Iraq. Like I don't know, guys, maybe 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 it's not worth investing in. I don't know, but
Well, Carrie, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate having this conversation. I do love getting the Coast Guard to talk about military news. It's always you guys come at it from a bit of a different angle.
yeah, I mean it's. Yeah, I mean it's always really funny to just watch. I mean, I forget who I was talking about with it recently, but it was it's always kind of fun being in the Coast Guard too because unlike the rest of you, I've never really had anyone on the internet call me a baby killer. So like that's cool. And it's kind of fun just
the only people who are going to get mad at you are New Yorkers who are upset they're not getting their cocaine this weekend.
Yeah, or like, and I mean, like there is. Oh, that's what it was. It was. I think it was like Alice or someone who was like talking about that. Like, well, at least the Coast Guard's never done anything wrong. I'm like, well, I don't know. There was like the prison ships that we ran, like as cutters. Like the like intercepting refugees and keeping like a bunch of refugees on like the helo deck on a cutter for like a few days at a time in shackles. That's not great. There's I think historically one of the worst things, though. I supposedly the Coast Guard's rolling is apocryphal, but like it's rolling like shadowing the the SS St. Louis, the Holocaust like refugee ship that Roosevelt didn't let land, and like that was shadowed by the Coast Guard the entire time. That doesn't feel good. But overall, you know the yeah
The Coast Guard is just like anybody else, any other federalized thing that has a gun. an extension of power. It's just, a little bit closer by.
Yeah, and a little bit less. It's like park ranger level of aggression.
Right.
Most of the time, really not. And there's like all the Hitron guys or whatever else that'll blow your engine block out of the water with a 50 cal at like a mile and a half. But other than that, we're just a friendly bunch of folks.
Just swapping out some buoys. We're hanging out in the lighthouses. I assume you hang out in lighthouses at times.
Yeah, no, I miss hanging out in a lighthouse now and again. I mean, unfortunately, there's only one manned lighthouse left in the United States, and I mean, Lord knows if I could, that would be my retirement job. But
We used to be a proper nation.
yeah,
That's what we need. We need hobby lighthouse enthusiasts. Like we need an eccentric dude or eccentric dudes. Maybe that boost up the Patreon and we'll build a lighthouse in St. Louis.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, Francis, like if you could do, because like I thought about that, like at at different points, like I could be like like looked at like fire watcher jobs, like for the Forest Service, or like and of course I can watch like the Lighthouse and just chant return the. But if you could do like just like a random kind of job like that, what would you do? Like, what's your pick as someone who's like a little bit less like ocean focused?
Like
Like
we're
Like, have you ever just had like one of those, like, if I could, if I just wanted to not necessarily go be a hermit somewhere, but if I just wanted to go kind of have like, live a solitary life, like where, what sort of job would that be?
For me, it was if, and it's one of those. If I could go back and do it all over again, I would have kept up with my little voice in my head that wanted to be an archaeologist and dig up dinosaur bones. Because it turns out I'm 40 and I still kind of want to do that. Uh, but like you're just like out in the middle of nowhere. You've got a small group of people who are also, weird dinosaur people.
Yeah.
It's that small, just a small, like not necessarily a hermit. Like I think if I was out in the middle of nowhere with nobody to talk to for like a week, it would drive me absolutely insane. So I'd have to have something where I'm hermited with like other weird people like me.
All right. And kind of like an indoor outdoor nerd sort of situation. Like you're all indoor kids, but doing an outdoor profession.
Right. I'd go be a fire watcher if like you and Joe and Nate were coming along too.
Yeah. Yeah. We just like podcasting, but over a loudspeaker.
Finally, the audience we deserve, vast nothingness.
Yeah, I mean, that's not wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just one of those things. Like every so often, I'll just think about that because I don't know. I feel like those are. It is kind of disappointing in some ways. Some of the jobs that have kind of like some of the forms of labor that have kind of disappeared over time, and I feel like that's one that's like, oh, we don't need a fire watcher anymore. Like we just, we could just like put a camera on a thing and just like call it a
Right.
day.
We have sensors, and we have a guy that can like look at all of them. We have
Yeah,
one guy that can do the job of 10 people. And yeah, like you said, it does make sense. There's no reason to stick people out in the middle of nowhere, but still,
yeah,
I do like my brother's a park ranger, and when you're a park ranger for like Fed, there's just everywhere that you can go. And of course,
yeah.
He came back to fucking St. Louis, but he did his first like thing as a park ranger out at the Petrified Forest. So, go be a park ranger out in the middle of nowhere or something. That might be pretty nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like, and it's not that necessarily want to avoid everyone. I just like think about the job that I had where I was, like a park supervisor on one of the islands in the harbor, and like, I don't know, there was just like a nice combination. I think it's also that
For me, what it is that if I did that, I would have zero fucking responsibilities, and that's like just a it's I can't imagine that. I cannot imagine, just like, what do? I stand here and I look out here and I make sure nothing's on fire, and if something's on fire, I call a guy and say, "Hey, shit's on fire." Like that's literally the only thing I ever have to concern myself with. Like, I don't that would just drive me insane probably. But I can't imagine it as is.
well, I guess I think part of the reason I'm thinking about it is because I also too, like, I know, famously, like, or I mean, I suppose apocryphally, like, Einstein did a lot of his best thinking is just like sitting around an office doing nothing as a patent clerk. Uh, and like I know, there's like famous like authors and whatever else who've done things where they just, sat out as a fire watcher and then, use that as used to write. Um, And I guess I just think about it as in the way that like patterns change. 20 years ago, like no one would be looking at their cell phone anywhere. Now we all look at them all the time and other stuff like that. Like, and it's not necessarily to judge that one's better than the other, but just thinking about the ways that like patterns of like living and working change. And I just wonder, like creative things that you could do if you. I suppose it's kind of in a way they're interesting jobs to me because effectively it's just like guaranteed income. Like a universal basic income in a way. Like, look, we're going to give everyone a job. And I suppose maybe in kind of like the Russian sense of like the guy to watch the escalator. But then like you can also like steal time and fuck off while you're doing it and kind of like accomplish other pursuits versus like having to be
constantly on the grind.
Well, yeah, and like constantly under surveillance too. You know what I mean? Like the kind, like working from home and like having to have your camera on because that is to like monitor whether or not your like head's moving enough or.
I have to take a certification test at some point, and what you have to do for it, like to make sure that you're not cheating. Like you have to do all this, like you have to completely clear off a desk. You have to show them using your phone. Like you have to turn your camera on and show them that there's nothing behind the computer by using like a mirror or your phone camera or something. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and then like all like the Amazon style shit now and all the other, I mean, because one of the best things that smartphones allow everyone to do is steal time from their, from their boss. And one of the terrible things that smartphones allow them to do is allow boss to track you at all given times. So I don't know.
Like always, it's a delicate dance between worker and employer of who's fucking over who the most. Every tool is a tool of both the proletariat and the bourgeoisie, I suppose.
And on that note,
probably the thing that I'm going to get yelled at the most for on this show. But hey, Gary, thank you. Apologies, this should have been another Deadwood episode. I even had a drop going.
When you talk, your mouth looks like a cunt moving.
So enjoy that. We will be back with Joe at some point, or if not, we'll do some more MASH casts. People seem to enjoy those. Or just let us know what you want us to watch and not really talk about while we sit here and bullshit about everything else and musings of the day and whatnot. So anyway, thank you so much. Carrie, thank you for being on. And guys, we'll talk to you next week.